All right, picking up where we left off, that is all of the things that I wanted to show you about being able to access an ebook, but I didn't want to go back several screens and have you caught off guard. So we're going to use our back arrow. So we're going to go up and click on our search results and X out. And now we are back to those results of 103 book items or audio items. And I'm scrolling through to find a traditional book that might be nearby that we can take a look at. Wow, and I'm not finding anything quickly. So we're going to have to go down to the bottom of the page and select 2. We do really have quite the collection of e-resources, so please, they're from quality publishers, so they are very, very reputable as well. So please do not think that that's just kind of an okay kind of bonus, because these resources are very, very good. All right, I don't want to take up any more of our time. I was through 2 pages. And did not find a book, but as you continue to work your way through the page, you will find books as well as the e-resources. So I'm going to scroll to the top of the page, and so we're going to now leave the left-hand side of our page, so we're going to go back. And now we're going to move to the right-hand side of our page where it says Limit Database Results and Narrowed by Full Text. So you already have those, just like we had done in the other search. So here you can see 166,032 academic journal articles. So if I click that, our first one looks to potentially be in Chinese, so I don't speak Chinese, so I think we'll leave that one alone. The second option is Effects of Water Quality Monitoring on Plant Level Pollution, Evidence from the Clean Water Act. I unfortunately will not pretend that I know how to pronounce the author's name, so we will leave it at that. I have my cursor right next to the author, and we see that our source is a journal called Land Economics from August of 2020, which is extremely new. And again, this is 17 pages. So if we highlight, click on the title, and then we have the option to click for full text. But again, we do see an abstract. So if we click for full text, here we are again, and getting all that information that we need if you are going to use something from this article in your paper. So it would need to go on the reference page over here on the left. We always want to select PDF full text when we can. It's much easier to look at and read. And here indeed is our 18-page article. We can see that this is a quality academic article. It starts out with an abstract, and then it continues into an introduction, kind of like the scientific methods as we work our way through. We move from the introduction to the background and literature on the topic. Talking about the data, number 3, data. We have some information in the form of a table. As we continue through, we look at the empirical strategy. Another figure for us to look at. First a chart, then a figure. And I'm going to stop there because I think you get the gist of the layout. Notice that on this particular page, if you were to quote something, you would need to know the page that you pulled it from. So in this case, if it were on this page, it would have come from page 360, and you would need to note that in your in-text citation. As I'm scrolling up to the top, I'm going to get there a little quicker. Also notice again off to the right you have those same tools that we looked at that were a bit more broad and easier to see perhaps, but there again you can save things through Google Drive, you can print them, you can email them, you get citation help, and then the permalink and the export you aren't going to want to use. But those first 4 icons are going to be extremely helpful to you. Going to use our back arrow again. And this was one of the articles it found for us. We're then going to click on the search results, which is the tab at the top to the immediate left of where we were. And now we can use our back arrow once again. And below we see multiple resources for us. And it's not bad to use a magazine article. Maybe you thought you knew a lot about the topic that you chose, and then oops, maybe you didn't know quite as much as you thought you did. So there's no reason that you can't use a magazine article to go back and gather some basic content on the topic that you have chosen. You just have to be very careful on whether you use that or whether it's acceptable that you use a magazine article as opposed to an academic journal article. So here when we go back to look on the the right hand side, you can see that there were 67,737 articles on water pollution. On pollution in general, there were 27,310. Environmental policy, 21,000. And on water quality, 18,000. And then in the publication area, you can see where a majority of those articles, like the one we just looked at, came from. So the New York Times, Journal of Environmental Engineering, and then which particular academic database that the article came from. So far, and this is our last section of our research workshop this evening, we have looked at how to find an individual resource, and we did that by using Academic Search Complete. That was the first of our screencasts after the introduction. Then we went and looked for a book, And that was where we worked over here on the left-hand side of our page with the Ivy Cat. And then we have finished this evening with the limit database results. Again, so we are back to more academic journal quality material, just from more databases as opposed to the one. I always tell students who take this workshop that if you can come back in a couple of days, and I know you have class again later this week, but if you can come back in a couple of days and you can find your way from the ivytech.edu homepage down the left-hand side on the green toolbar to the link for the library, and you can come in and you can find the resources that we have done tonight, and you use a different topic, I think you're going to be very surprised with the fact that you can basically recreate what we have done tonight in our session, and that's going to build your confidence. And that's the best part. Searching isn't black and white. It's sometimes a little gray, but we have to get in and we have to practice, and the more practice you have, the better off you will be, and the easier it will be for you to find your resources. The library is indeed open for you to come in and use for studying, use the computers. You can also come in and look up resources, just like we have done tonight. We do have books, however the stacks are closed right now, so if you want a book, you need to ask one of us that is working in the library to go and get that book for you, and then we will bring it to you and you can use it. So we are open. The library is on the 5th floor, and we are open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on Fridays, we are open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I'm on the Lawrenceburg campus Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 8 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, I'm on our Batesville campus. So if you would like additional help, please reach out to me. I can take emails, tons of emails, and my email address is astenger, which is STENGER, the digit 2, at ivytech.edu, or you can give me a call, and I have voicemail. That number is 812-537-4010, extension 5284. I hope this has alleviated some of your fears or your apprehension about using our virtual library. We have everything that I have shown you tonight is a quality source, a quality resource. So if you use what is here for you, your instructors are not going to question the credibility of your source. Everything that you find here is accurate, it's credible, and it's reliable. Thanks so much, and if you have a question or two, or maybe even 3, you now know how to contact me. Thanks for watching tonight's session, and have a great semester.